Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blurays and the biscuit is screaming in space, but no one can hear it.
I like that one.
I'm your host James, co-host Jade.
Hello.
This is it. This is the last episode.
Yay!
We made it.
We made it, guys.
Oh my gosh. How do you feel?
Tired. So very tired.
Do you feel like you could take a trip into outer space right now?
Not to the Romulus ship, absolutely not.
Too bad, that's where we're going.
Ah.
Last episode of the season would have been South Park, but this happened. Aliens.
Alien Romulus.
What do you call it?
Romulus.
That's not what you call it.
Rhombus.
Alien Rhombus. Yep, we just come back from it. Straight up. Spoiler alert for this one, guys.
Yeah, so if you are planning on watching it and you don't want a spoiler review, watch it first.
Yeah.
And then listen to this.
I think you should always watch the film first anyway and then listen to us.
Yeah, it doesn't stop you from watching things on YouTube, though.
I'd say we're at like an after 8 mint.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm here for it.
After a really heavy meal, you go, oh, you know what? That was really nice. Really enjoyed that. Give me an after 8.
Not since the early 2000s have I ever gone, you know what, I'd like an after 8 mints.
It's the sign of a higher standard.
Oh my god.
Yep, we're the after 8 mints, so spoiler alert. Don't go. But then some people don't care, so
yeah.
Fine. If you're here for that, whatever. There will be spoilers. We're telling you now.
Yes.
How many Alien films have you seen?
I've seen 3.
Which ones are they?
I've seen Alien.
First Alien.
Yeah. I've seen Prometheus.
Okay.
And I've seen Covenant.
Okay, so you've seen Prometheus, the sequel to Prometheus, and then the original Alien.
That's the order I saw them, yeah.
Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Which one's your favourite?
I like the cat in Alien.
Okay. So none of the characters, none of the claustrophobic, oh, we're on the Nostromo, that's really spooky.
I liked Covenant out of all 3.
What?
I watched it during the pandemic, and I think at the time I was just having the worst day and was like, this is fucking great. But yeah, it was deep into the pandemic at that point.
I did a post recently about Covenant.
Okay.
And I said, Covenant's actually not that bad. I've always fought in the corner of that one. Mm-hmm. However, I don't think it's a good movie, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. How about you? What's your favourite one?
Alien.
I thought it was Aliens.
It was never Aliens.
I thought you loved that one.
I do love that one, but I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Alien is a horror film set in space.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens
is
an action film set in space.
Oh yeah, you like the horror, don't you?
I like the horror element a bit more. I think that is First Alien is just a better movie. Mm-hmm. Nothing against Aliens. I quite like Aliens, but I would always watch Ridley Scott's over James Cameron's.
Okay.
That's just me. People always agree though that the first 2 are banging. Mm-hmm. And you can't. It's like the Terminator franchise. Yeah. First 2 and dip.
We've got Ridley Scott back.
Not quite. Not in the director's chair, at least.
But he's still back.
Okay. I've said this. We've said this before, and I'll say this again. Ridley Scott, man, is the worst. He's done good stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. The Martian, Alien, Gladiator, Thelma and Louise,
and Lois.
But I find him quite stubborn as a director, and I don't like that.
What in particular do you find stubborn about him?
I find it instance, he did a film with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, The Last Duel. Okay. That night movie. And exactly.
That was me shrugging I don't know, I've not heard of that shit.
Critics hated it, but he was like, well, critics just don't get it. I was like, no, you've just made a bad...
You made a bad movie, you're trying to tell other people they're stupid.
Yeah. Prometheus, it's got merit, it looks good. Mm-hmm. But I don't like that movie. I could watch it, but I don't like it.
Okay.
And he's gone, well, fine, I'll change a few things. I'll add the alien in there. I know that's what you want, you audiences. You want the alien back. So
yeah, because it's a film called fucking Alien. That's what it's about. I want to see the sexy xenomorphs, please.
So Covenant came out, and Covenant was a bit more alien, and that's why I like it more than Prometheus. Mm-hmm. However, he just can't let go of this Prometheus storyline. And people don't want it. Yeah. People don't care about it, this Prometheus stuff.
But he does.
But he loves it. He sleeps with it. Get over it. The critics don't like it, and audiences don't like it.
I think with this in particular, the bits of it that are alien absolutely works. That horror element to this film is great.
Yeah.
When it starts going into Prometheus, Prometheusness.
Yeah.
It gets silly and it gets laughable. And I think you can tell when it starts to split, because there is, guys, a very noticeable split when it does completely change.
Yeah. So we should talk. This isn't directed by Ridley Scott, thank God. Fede Alvarez. Mm-hmm. He is a good director, and I like him very much.
Oh, I thought it was gorgeous.
Okay. The movie.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
Yeah, I thought it was fabulous. Yeah.
Great. Just heads up, we watched it on Screen X.
It's our first screening of Screen X.
We've never done that before.
No, it was so much fun.
It was like watching it on a VR headset, but like you could put your glasses on. Because we sat in a perfect space where we felt surrounded. It was in my peripherals the entire time. I had a good time with it.
I did as well. I thought it was such a great screen.
Fede Alvarez, director of the Evil Dead remake.
Yes.
Do you like that one?
It's okay.
Don't Breathe. Do you like that one?
I've not seen it.
You've not seen Don't Breathe?
No.
Ooh, I don't think you'd like it.
Okay, why not?
There's a bit. It gets a bit. I can't spoil it for you, but I can't.
It's to do with ladies.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Are you interested in that?
No, but I know what it is.
Okay, good. It's a good movie. He's quite a good visionary director, and he can take stuff that has been done well from a branded name, like Evil Dead, and he can bring his own spin on it, and it does okay.
Yeah.
I think he's the perfect director for this, and he loves it.
Yeah, you could tell, even from the opening credits and the kind of fonts he used, even to the trailer, you could tell that so much love went into this.
When you get a remake or a soft reboot, how important is fan service to you? It's
so hard because, for example, I think of It is perfect for me in this kind of respect because I was a big fan of the book. Big fan of the original TV series. So many people was like, oh, it's a remake. No, it's a reimagining. It's a reimagining of the book. They still did some fan service to the original series, which I liked. And I think in the second film we got a couple of the actors had little cameos, but not as themselves. That still worked.
Okay.
I do not need a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire with other characters fucking turning up, wasting my time. No, create your own story. Make a new path.
Okay.
Do what The Evil Dead Rise did.
Now, we were talking about this on the car ride home. Alien is a franchise, and this one's no different, where it's stuck to a singular timeline. Like, we can't stray from that. Essentially, there's one company, the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. Thank you very much.
I don't feel like they do have our best interests at heart.
Yeah.
I just don't think they do.
Yeah, that's the message, though.
Yeah, but I don't think they do.
Okay. No, they don't.
No.
I mean...
Are they worse than Umbrella?
Ooh. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay.
That's the idea. That's Paul, guys. Are they worse than Umbrella?
Oh, no, the Alien movies, they're stuck on this timeline. Evil Dead has had a series of films where it has stuck on a timeline. But the remake and Evil Dead Rise has sort of gone anthology it.
Yeah.
We can't be bothered. And that's a genius move. Because it opens up new storytelling. You can do so much with stuff from that property, and keep it fresh. Yeah,
you can have new characters, new ideas, but you can borrow bits that you liked.
Absolutely. I've seen Alien quite a few times.
How many times have you seen it this year?
I think I've watched it twice this year.
I think you've watched it more.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
I might watch it again tonight.
Probably.
I probably will. It's quite late. But I appreciate the attention that's gone into it. And I've played the video game.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. So I can sort of see, that prop's from the dipping duck.
Yeah.
That's in Alien. The save point thing. Oh, that's in the game. That's cool. I don't like it when characters come back. This is we've said it before. Say it again. Spoilers. I think we should say spoilers before we talk about anything. There's a character that returns here from the original movie.
Yes.
And it caught me off guard.
We were not expecting to see this person at all.
I thought it was him. Him. Sigourney's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, but she's present in the universe.
Yeah.
Because this is between Alien 1 and Alien...
Yeah, she's in the universe, but we don't know if she's there. Like, we get the story... they talk about that story.
Yeah.
In this.
She's having a big old nap.
Yes, she is.
She's asleep with the cat. Mm-hmm. But the character that comes back is, spoiler alert, Ash, Ian Holm. Mm-hmm. He has passed away.
Bless him.
And I didn't Google it, I probably should have, but I don't know, we don't know if this film had his blessing or his estate's blessing or whatever to do this, or whether he was involved at all.
Yeah.
How did you feel when he rocked up?
I'm always happy to see him.
Okay.
And I'm sad that we no longer have him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think he's an absolutely top-notch actor. Mm-hmm. However, I thought that the work on his face was very goofy.
Yeah.
It kind of works because he's not a real... His character's a robot.
Uh-huh.
So you can have him looking not quite right.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. But it didn't... For me, it didn't need to be there. You could have had a completely different droid character or whatever they call him in this. Mm-hmm. Doing that.
It's fan service at its best.
Yeah.
I thought... I figured they have his facial mould.
Yeah.
Because they did one back in Alien. It didn't work. And maybe they've tweaked it with CGI. But the problem is, this film is so heavily... Like, obviously, in space, there's going to be CGI. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is practical.
Yeah.
Me and you, we love that shit.
We do.
Give it here. I'm lapping it up right now. Mm-hmm. So when it does go a bit CGI on someone's face, it takes it shows.
Yeah, especially for people who know these films.
Yeah.
You know how he looks. You probably know it in quite good detail as well. Mm-hmm. So when you do see it on the screen, you can instantly tell that it's a CGI job.
Yeah.
I think, or AI or whatever it is they've used on it. And you think, oh no.
It's funny you should talk about AI. Mm-hmm. I think this is a good... It has a good AI message in it, I think. There's obviously... Androids have been in the Alien franchise before. Yeah. Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
Mostly bad. But this is a guy called Andy. We're sticking with the A's.
Yeah.
He's played by David Johnson.
Yeah.
No, not seen this actor before. And that is the best performance in this movie.
I thought he was so great.
He was excellent. He plays the android, so you imagine how he sort of plays him. And you learn quite early on that he is the android. Yeah. Whereas in Ash in the original, you took a while to get there. Mm-hmm. Did you like him? I loved him. I thought he was, again, one of the best parts about this film. I liked the kind of switch as he gets... What's the word? Not upgraded, but he has a different chip inserted into him at one point. Yeah. And I loved the change in his acting. Yeah, absolutely. It was some of it's very on the nose, not on the nose. Sorry, some of it's very straight to the point because he's doing a lot of exposition. Yeah, but it's just little other touches he was adding with how he was using his face. I really liked that because it's kind of the art of doing nothing almost. Yeah, less is more. I think it reminded me of. Have you seen the film AI by Steven Spielberg? They do things like, if it's got a consciousness or it's got a relationship with someone like a brother or something, is it then still classed as an android? It doesn't quite go into it here, but I think if it did, I would have followed that story thread. Yeah, but it's not that kind of story. We're here to see aliens fucking people up in space. Absolutely. Let's talk about... It's not Earth they're on. No. The start of this movie. It's a planet just off from Earth. It's a mining colony, isn't it? Yeah. So this would be where Ripley and the original crew come from, I imagine. No, or they come from that other place that they are. It looks like there's colonies everywhere. Yeah. It's not a nice place to live. No. Horrible time. Obviously, it's the Weyland Corporation. Again, corporations. Don't trust them. Don't trust them, guys. Don't trust them. And essentially, it's just not a nice place to live. So the character Rain, Kaylee Spaney? Spoono. She was in Civil War. You watched that? Her character was irritated as fucking Civil War. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. But she played it as she needed to. She's in Priscilla, isn't she? She is the title character. She is Mrs. Priscilla. Mrs. Priscilla Presley. Yeah. Her makeup looks great in that film. How was she? So she wasn't... You didn't like her in Civil War, but she was good in Civil War? Yeah, I didn't like her character, but I thought she acted it perfectly. You'd have to like a character to mean that it's not the actor wasn't giving a good performance. Absolutely, she was. How did you find her here? She Millie Bobby Browned her way all the way through this. It's tricky. Yeah. You can't Sigourney Weaver it. No, because it's going to be too obvious. You would be called out for Sigourney Weavering it. But they kind of do Sigourney Weaver it a little bit. Yeah. And I thought, and also your character's name is Rain. Like, that's the thing that falls from the sky.
Yeah.
Is that the only name you could come up with? Rain?
I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like rain.
Well, like rain is kind of like in symbolising of like rebirth, that sort of thing. Water's life.
Oh, that's a lazy metaphor.
But I could see why they could have used that name.
Absolutely. She is the quote-unquote sister of Andy, the android.
Yes.
And I think their relationship's quite good. And those are the two characters you really root for.
Yeah, that you're following. Even though they do join a band of other people.
Yeah.
It's those two and maybe one other one that I really did quite like.
Yeah. This band of people need to go up to this ship that's been decommissioned. It's up in space.
Yeah, so basically they found out that the likelihood of them getting off the planet is next to none. Every time they try to leave, the colony finds a way of changing it. It keeps basically moving the goalposts so they can't get away. And they want to.
It's very 1984.
Yes.
Yes.
So they decide, we've got this ship that's in our orbit, it's decommissioned, so they've got these stasis pods that we can use to go to the nearest colony.
Yeah. So up they go, essentially. It's a crew of misfits, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a band of 5 plus Mr. Robot Dude.
A band of 5. One of them is pregnant.
But it's still in her belly at that point. They can share a pod.
Yeah. So up they go, and honestly, they are the worst people.
Yeah, they are characters that you want. It's kind of like your typical horror movie characters that you want to see them off because they're so irritating.
They were always meals at the buffet.
Yeah.
And I think the audience knows that, and I think the actors know that.
Yeah.
One of them is particularly irritating, and I felt like cheering when he went.
Yeah, he was irritating from the get-go.
From the start, he didn't I couldn't tell you his name, nor do I bother researching it.
No.
But I guess a good performance, but easy.
Yeah, again, we saw it in the West of Abigail. There's another person in that film who acted that kind of way, and you're like, want you dead straight away.
He acts like every teenage chav that you see on the streets. At least there are characters to enjoy.
Yeah, so you enjoy watching what happens to these people.
Yes. So up they go, they've got to get these things for these cryopods that they want.
Yeah.
The cryopods would be happen to be out of battery, so let's go get some batteries.
Mm-hmm. Because it can't be that easy, guys. Because if they weren't out of batteries, off they'd have gone.
Yeah.
Straight to their new world.
Film's over. Problem is, there's some big old boys in this.
There's some battery packs, isn't there, or something like that in the laboratory.
That's a good stumbling over that word, babe.
Shut the fuck up.
They try to get these batteries, but they get locked in. Like 3 of the guys.
Yeah, as soon as they try to remove them, they get locked in. Probably because they're the only things keeping Mr. Facehugger doodahs.
It's interesting
cool.
So straight away, the facehuggers are stored in these pods, not eggs. I miss the eggs.
Yeah, they've probably been taken out of the eggs because they're being studied.
Which is fair, and I appreciate that, but
well, they are being studied, aren't they? We find out.
Yes, # Wayland Corporation Evil. The facehuggers essentially get more play than the aliens in this one. I think they're always a threat, the facehuggers. It's interesting that the first one doesn't consider, like, obviously the threat one jumps on John Hurt, but then that's it. It's done. Yeah. And then it's the alien. When you watch Aliens, and you will watch Aliens, the facehugger is dangerous. Yeah. And I think that's a good spotlight for it. And I think it's that scene in Aliens. People will know what I'm talking about. That I think people making this went, the facehuggers is where the action is.
Even watching Alien, though, I got the idea that the facehuggers were dangerous.
Yeah. Because they grab onto your face, they shove something down your throat, and I guess you're asleep. But they keep you alive.
Yeah, so they implant you, don't they, with the alien spawn.
Oh! And then
it bursts through your fucking chest. That must hurt.
Now, okay, let's talk about this. The chest burster scene in the original Alien comes out of nowhere. Yeah. You don't, if you're watching that for the first time, that must be something else. Yeah. I always knew it was coming. In this one, it doesn't play out like that. It doesn't sort of go quiet, and it's not at quite a bit in the film. It's at the peak of the roller coaster. Yeah. And it didn't hit for me.
But is it because you saw a lot of it in the trailer?
It is the bit in the trailer where that
she shines the X-ray. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see it bursting through her ribs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good effect, but show me the effect and keep the camera still. Yeah. Like, that's what people are here for. And I thought it was quite original, but also I think they bottled it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Because is what you don't see more scary?
exactly, yeah. But people want to see gore.
But we've already seen it.
But Fede
in
Alvarez,
Alien, do you know what I mean?
Alvarez does gore so well, though.
I know, but I think the whole lead up to, again, we saw it in the trailers, but when she puts the X-ray behind her back and we can see what's there, we can see what's about to happen, because we know, because we've all seen Alien, and you think, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's a kind of sense of dread. You're like, oh, no.
But it is interesting, the scene where there's loads of facehuggers just running at people, and then one latches onto this girl, but it sort of like gives a whiplash when it like gets onto her. I thought that was peak Alien. I loved that. They sort of get the facehugger off though.
Yeah.
And they don't know whether it's worked or not.
Yeah, they don't know whether or not it has implanted this thing inside of her or not.
Ash is watching this whole thing unfold, and Ash is still the same Ash, by the way.
Yeah.
He's not changed. I appreciate. And he says it's a 60-40 chance that this might have worked, but she could still be done for.
Yeah.
And then people start making bad decisions again, which is, I guess it's a staple of the Alien franchise.
It's also a staple of horror films as well.
Yeah, but I thought we were better than that.
But is it also a human response? A human's more likely to do that.
I'm only comparing it to Prometheus. Because watching it again yesterday, bits and pieces, everyone in that decision is a trained scientist. They are smart people. You have to be smart to be a scientist.
Yeah.
You have to be smarter to be an astronaut, I'd argue.
Yeah.
So the fact that they all make horrible decisions that don't pay off for them.
But in the face of horror, when it is not your forte and you go into fight or flight, some people will do stupid shit because it's the first thing they think to do.
But not everyone.
I think a lot of people, though.
Okay. I wouldn't. I'd kiss it. I'd kiss it.
What? Which one?
The face, I'd be like, oh, come here. And it's like, stop it. Get off my face. Come on.
Take me to dinner first.
Take me to dinner? Yeah, good. Call me in the morning. Anyway.
What is scarier? The facehuggers or the xenomorphs?
I would argue the facehuggers. Not because of this film, although it helps. But the spider, I think they're more of a parasite.
I think it's the way they swarm as well in this. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
It shows them all trying to get through that door. It's horrible.
Essentially, the xenomorph it feels like an actual creature and not an insect.
Yeah.
Whereas that is a facehugger, that is an insect. Squish it like a bug. And bugs creep me out.
I think as well for me, with the facehuggers, it's the idea that it's not going to just kill you. It's going to put this thing inside of you first, and then that's how it's going to kill you. I feel like it'd be quick with the xenomorph.
Yeah.
I feel like you're done, you're dead.
Oh, not necessarily, though. Because the xenomorph kills in this they aren't matter of fact, like chop your face with my little mouth.
What does he do in this, though?
He kills
one with the tail, doesn't he?
He kills one with the tail, but brings him up to his level and then kills him. And that's horrible. That's torture, essentially.
Well, he's dragging him up, isn't he?
Yeah. Are xenomorphs clever?
Yes.
So they're just smart, are they?
I think they are.
Because at one point, one of them makes a really calculated decision to say, well, it doesn't say anything.
With his little mouth.
His little mouth comes out and he's like, I'm going to wait a minute. No, there's the pregnant lady's banging on the door and wants to come through. And the xenomorph is sort of waiting, using her as bait so that they open the door. And then he makes his move. And I thought that was interesting. I
liked that when he's like, no, I'm not opening the door. Because it's waiting. Yeah. It's using her as prey. And it's like, ooh, it's the fact,
Yeah,
it's quite sinister.
It's really sinister. It turns out, she's whatever.
And it soon realises that they're not going to do it. And it gets rid of her. It takes her away.
Let's talk about the android some more. The android now has a module in his thingy. And we're going back to the same point we made. But I appreciate it on a performance level. It's a change of mannerism.
Yeah.
And I like seeing it on camera.
Yeah.
And it does that because he puts a chip in his head and he's not.
Yes, basically Ray needs to use the science officer from the previous ship, which is Mr. Ash's clearance, in order to get them around the ship. So she puts his chip inside Mr. Andy. So he's got that clearance. So that's how they basically get from room to room in this ship.
And Andy at the start of the movie is a bit of a coward.
He's partially broken as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's telling jokes. He's sort of like an Alexa that doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
And he's a nice guy, whereas this one is sort of very, focused.
To the point is, because it's not him, it's a company-created AI.
They explain this in a sort of backstory for one of the secondary characters, where an android made a decision that happened to kill that person's mother. Mm-hmm. A human, it's the people tied to the railway choice.
Yeah.
Do you know which one I mean?
Yeah.
And we've seen it played like that before. I love it. I like that anyway. Mm-hmm. But the chip's inserted. His shoulders come back a bit. He's a bit more upright. Mm-hmm. His manner of speech is different.
Yeah.
Almost Oscar-worthy, I'd say.
I wouldn't say so.
I would.
No. I think it was a good performance, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be giving him an Oscar for it.
Will he be getting a golden biscuit for it?
Could do. Will he be getting one of mine? I don't think so.
Will this be getting any golden biscuits for you?
I don't know. I need to go through my list.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't the worst sequel of the year.
No.
But nor is it or reboot, nor is it the best.
Yeah.
So.
And I wanted it to be.
I know you did, but it doesn't mean it's going to be. But I feel like you need to probably see this again.
Here's the thing, though. There's... Okay, I saw a review quite early on when the embargo lifted, and it was quite... It put it bluntly. It said, there's a point in this movie where it's going to split the audience in half.
Yeah.
And it's a creative choice. And I appreciate it's a creative choice. Sequels should always improve on or advance what came before.
Yeah.
This is my inner monologue while this is happening. This is good decision making by the creatives.
Yeah.
However, as a fan of the franchise, I thought it was weak.
Yeah, even as someone who hasn't watched all of the franchise, even I went, ooh, when they did it and thought, nope, you're losing me now.
Because
for a number of different reasons.
Okay. As a person who has seen the rest of the movies, it's baffling, and spoiler alert, because I think some people, once they see this and I say what it reminded me of, they're going to go, oh shit.
Yeah.
They're going to go, okay, it took inspiration from Prometheus, but also from Alien Resurrection. And that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
And as soon as it did it, I knew it was going to do it, because it's quite a predictable movie, this. Mm-hmm. But also, why those movies? Like, the worst of the franchises.
Yeah, what has Ridley Scott got with this shit?
And I think,
why?
I think it comes down to Ridley Scott. He's the producer on this. He said recently that one of his favourite films is one of his own films. So that's the sort of person he is.
Yeah, I think for some reason he's pushing this Prometheus narrative, and do people want it?
Yeah. And when they said the word Prometheus in this movie, I went, oh.
Yeah, so they've got to try and tie it in some way. So we find out that Andy leads them all within the ship to a lab, which, putting that new chip in from the science officer, Mr. Ash, has kind of led him there to do company business. We find out that he has been experimenting on these facehuggers.
Yes, there's now a serum, which is the same stuff from Prometheus.
Oh, Despicable Me.
What? A little tiny toilet, a little tiny mouth. Yes, same thing from Prometheus. So if you inject, but now it's been perfected to make the. Oh god.
Well, it's not perfected, is it? It's fucking shit.
Well, the Wayland Corporation are not good at their job.
No.
But it's the perfect organism. Essentially, that's what the Wayland Corporation.
Yes, they basically want to test on this blood.
Yes.
Or whatever the fuck it is that they played with, jizzed in, to try and make it so humans are better able to manage in the colonies.
Yes, because people die in the mines. Hey, we all know that.
That we're quite fragile on these planets.
We're not good enough, says Ash.
Well, we currently live, if we think about where Earth is at the moment, we live in a Goldilocks zone. Unless we're living in a Goldilocks zone elsewhere, it's probably going to suck.
Okay.
Let's just get that out there.
The Goldilocks zone would be...
We're in a place that's not too cold and not too hot. It's just right.
I like it. That's a good fairy tale.
Wonderful. That is the scientific term for it, by the way.
Oh, okay, great. You watch too many YouTube documentaries.
I really do.
But it's interesting. Did you follow the story from then, or did you sort of check out a little bit?
I knew what was coming.
Right.
Just like you. So the pregnant character we find out is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Andy says, "Oh, I've got to try and take this back to Earth," and she's unwell because she's bleeding from the attack from the xenomorph, and he's like, "Use this. You know exactly what's about to happen."
If you've seen Prometheus as well, it plays out exactly the same way.
Yeah, so you know exactly what's about to happen to that character because you've got Rain going, "No, I don't trust it."
Mm-hmm.
You've got him saying, "Yeah, I'd give it a go." You've got another character who I've already forgotten about.
I think he's already dead at this point.
Yeah, no, he dies just after.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Saying, "Oh yeah, you should do it because you're losing blood."
Just don't.
Just don't, but we all know she's going to, because otherwise they're into film.
Yeah. It also took inspiration from Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which is dreadful decision making.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene in that where a pregnant lady is infected with the xenomorph, and then she births them out of her stomach. All these aliens come out there, and I just thought, why?
What is it with Ridley Scott and women having to give birth to these horrible fucking things? What's wrong with it?
I don't think he likes women.
Like what? Why?
I don't know. But you've got to stick with it for the Prometheus fans. Yay. There's probably one Prometheus fan. I imagine it was that prick that was sat on the front row.
Probably like, "Oh yeah, this is for me."
He's like, "Yes, Prometheus, please. More of that, thank you." Bad. Anyway, I enjoyed the zero gravity scene.
That was quite cool.
That was quite enough. So essentially the ship can have a mode. It's got a mode where gravity can be affected. And I thought, have you seen those videos of cats in zero gravity?
Yeah, I have.
I thought it was going to play out like that. Where all these xenomorphs are like, "Oh, hang on, whoa." So
you missed an opportunity.
That's what I thought it was going to do. I was a little bit disappointed, I'm not going to lie. However, the acid, if they establish that, and we know this as an audience, but their blood is acidic, so it could break through the hull of the ship if they shoot them. Mm-hmm. So Kaylee Spooney goes...
Spainy?
Spooner? She goes, "Okay, zero gravity, acid everywhere. But
funnily enough, nowhere near the walls where it's going to burn through. So that was a creative decision there, guys.
That's not how acid works.
That shit was spread everywhere.
A plus effort for having that guy get killed by the acid, because it went through his chest. Yeah. And I was like, that's how I want. Stop talking.
Slowly.
Stop saying fam.
Every time you say fam, you get acid dripped on you.
Yeah. The life cycle of the xenomorph is established upon a little bit here.
Oh, you liked this, didn't you?
And I loved it. I thought it was Giger-esque, the work of H.R. Giger. And I appreciate that, because, as always, he likes his phallic stuff.
He does indeed.
That's why the alien looks the way it does. But this one went a bit feminine in its approach. And I thought, yes.
It's because it looked like a massive vagina.
It looked like a massive vag. So... But as is the way, as is birth. Exactly. And that scene was probably my favourite. Mm-hmm. And it baffles me that I've just remembered it.
I'm baffled that that's your favourite, being honest.
I am who I am.
Oh my god.
Anyway. And then it goes... If you've seen Alien Resurrection, you know where it goes. There's a hybrid of sorts. Spoiler alerts, there's a hybrid.
Well, first of all, they get off the ship first.
Yeah.
They put the pregnant lady into one of these pods to sleep until they can get to the colony planet they're trying to get to. It all goes crazy, like a bit like Prometheus, because oh my god, she's giving birth to this absolute monster. All the like sirens start going off. She opens the pod and she sees that the baby bump has got huge, and she's about to give birth to something grim.
A shell.
Well, we don't know what it is. It looks, first of all, like a pasta shell. It's really weird.
Yeah. And then it has a baby. It does have a baby inside it, which was... I didn't get a good enough look at it.
No, I didn't either. It was very weird. It was like a pod with acid in it.
Yeah. I'm sure there was a baby's face in there somewhere.
Yeah, there was a baby face somewhere. It was like... I don't know.
Yeah. And...
Like a pea in a pod. It was odd.
Okay. We've had animatronics in this, and these films can be... practical. We've established that. Good old times. CGI. Oh God! On that final creature, that was wank.
It was terrible.
But I don't think it helped that it just wasn't a good design.
No, the thing is as well, right? Humanoids, weird creatures like that. It's been done quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen Splice has happened.
I knew you were going to say Splice.
But also we watched The Watchers this year. That also features creatures that are like that.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Done better.
Arguably, yes.
Not much better. I think in general, humanoid characters always look a bit odd anyway.
Okay. Are you talking about the characters from Polar Express? Or are you talking a bit about like elongated?
Yeah, I'm thinking like that. I'm thinking like Barbarian, anything like that that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Where the limbs are like overly stretched out and stuff. For me, I just don't find them scary, or it doesn't have any sort of impact for me. I just find it silly.
Okay.
This probably is one of the worst I've seen.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I was like, oh my god.
Okay.
It didn't work.
It didn't work for me either. And because then there was so much banging and noise and the camera just could not keep still. This is a dark film. Mm-hmm. It's not Alien vs Predator Requiem dark, because you can't tell anything. But it's not far off.
No, I think you're supposed to be horrified, but the problem is that the alien xenomorphs are so much fucking cooler.
And
so why would you go from something that's so visually stunning to look at on the big screen? Because let's face it, his first reveal coming out of that egg thingy was amazing.
Yeah. I think every Alien film, even if you don't like it, the reveal of the alien when you see it for the first time is always glorious.
Yeah. So how did this make you feel?
Seeing the xenomorph or seeing this monstrosity?
Monstrosity.
Oh, God. Like, it reeked of... It looks a bit like Mama. Have you seen Mama?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It seemed very Guillermo del Toro-esque as well. Mm-hmm. And that's not a compliment, because it doesn't look as good as anything that he could do. And
it doesn't feel very alien.
Yeah. Because it's still got human features. It's just tall. Just tall and skinny.
It's just tall, skinny, bold, with weird...
Tiny mouth.
It's got a tiny mouth inside it, which is, I suppose it's got to be linked to Alien in some way.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sorry, it didn't work. It looked wank. If I watch this again, I won't be watching the last 20 minutes of it.
Are you just going to dip for the last 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah...
I'm going home, or if I'm at home, I'm going upstairs.
The template is there. It follows the same structure, story-wise, of Alien, whereas you think they get away, but actually there's something else. Mm-hmm. And that's a bit Evil Dead remake as well, because they did it there with another monstrosity, but that was practical. So why not just stick with a xenomorph or another facehugger or something? Why does it have to be this combination of human and alien? Because it doesn't work.
Why couldn't she have just turned into something that was more alien?
And I thought it was going to do that, because the serum that they inject, he established that it turns... They tried it on a rat, and it turns out the rat then turned into something, but it died.
Yeah.
So, but she would then turn into that. She's killed before that happens to her. But that would have been interesting if she then turned into a monster that then birthed a xenomorph.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on that. But because it's your last thought of the film, it's like, fuck me, I didn't enjoy it.
No.
This film's not bad, but it's not great either.
No. For me, I think if it didn't have the last 20 minutes, I probably would score it higher.
Okay.
But I can't based on that.
Yeah.
It's still not the worst I've seen this year, nor is it the best.
Mm-hmm. So does it sit in the middle for you?
It sits bang in the middle for me.
Yeah. And it's a shame, because I don't blame anyone for this, apart from Ridley Scott. I don't blame anyone for this. Love's been put into it that hasn't been put into the Alien franchise for a while. And it's good. It's nice to see people excited for it again. Yeah.
I mean, I'm worried I may have watched this with ScreenX tinted glasses, because I think I'm seeing it from oh my god, that was such an incredible experience, because I enjoyed the movie experience.
Yeah.
Whether I thought it was a good film, I probably would need to watch it again to figure that out.
Okay.
But again, I think for the most part, I did have fun with it.
Yeah, the Alien stuff is good, but Covenant is a good example for this, because when it's doing the Prometheus stuff, it's awful. When it's doing the Alien stuff, it's really good. And there's so little alien stuff in that movie that you think, okay, well, that's why people probably don't like it. Here, it's flipped. There's lots of alien stuff with a little bit of Prometheus stuff. And that Prometheus stuff weighs it down.
And it's what we end on, and it's poor.
Yeah. Would you revisit these characters?
I am interested in where they end up.
Okay.
Because I think they're pretty cool. I like him more than her. But I'd be happy to see where they end up. But do you think we're getting any more films?
I think Alien's too popular of a franchise for it not to get any.
Yeah.
If it makes money or not, I don't know. I think it's riding that wave of... I think everyone's too busy with Deadpool and it ends with us and Minions are still out. They're not going to go watch Alien that hasn't been a good film since the second one.
Yeah, it depends what audience is coming out to see Alien.
Exactly. The fans are either going to love it or hate it, I think. I don't think there's a middle ground, even though we are the fucking middle ground.
Do you think we're going to get new people watching it? Like, new audience members are going to come out and see it?
No, because if you're going to show... I think the damage is already done to the Alien franchise, where everyone's gone, first two, and stop.
Yeah.
It's like The Matrix. People always say, watch the first Matrix and then don't watch anymore.
Yeah.
I think audiences, if they are showing it to their kids, would go, right, you don't need any more than that. If they want to dip in their toes, great, fine. And there's good stuff in each of those movies, apart from Requiem. But and there's good stuff here. It's the third best Alien movie, but only by default. And that's sad.
That is really sad.
Yeah, because I really wanted to love it.
I know, but the fact that you didn't hate it and that it does fall third, I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I need to sit with it a little bit longer. This is our initial reaction, essentially, this podcast. But if I see it again, if there's anything I'll pick up, or if I sort of let myself loose a little bit because I'm on edge, fine. Some good jump scares, by the way. Didn't need them. Alien's not about that. So, but overall, it's okay. It's just okay.
Yeah.
Is it better than Space Jam?
The bits that were really good, yes. The splicey bollocks, absolutely not.
Okay. But what about the actual making of, like the animatronics? Because you said...
animatronics were beautiful. That is better, yes.
Okay. Does that push it up for you?
It's as good as or slightly better.
Okay.
I can't forget, because the last 20 minutes are what you end with, I can't just let that go.
And I'll be thinking about that for a while until I see it again. And even then, I'll be like, oh.
But I'm going to know it's coming. And that's the thing, I'm not in a rush to see this again.
No.
And I should be.
Yeah, because it's still out.
But who knows? I think we probably will see it again.
I think we will.
No one knows. It'll probably be tomorrow when we watch Trout.
I think we need to cut Ridley Scott's involvement in this completely, because it's not the be-all and end-all of the Alien movies.
No, give it to someone else now, Ridley. You've had your time.
Go episodic.
You fucked it, mate.
Yeah, go anthology with it. Go Evil Dead franchise. I think you could open it... There's even some fan films that look better and probably tell a better story than this.
Yeah.
You know? The game did. The video game. That's set in between these, and that's a better story than this.
It almost needs something to happen to this, like what happened to The Exorcist, for it to tank. And it go, oh, now we need a better director, we need a better writer, etc. involved. But
we've passed that. We've had the Exorcist believer of the Alien franchise with the Prometheus stuff. So this is the better director. I thought Prometheus
and Covenant did well though at the box office.
They did. Prometheus did very well at the box office. Covenant didn't. Covenant's killed it essentially. And that's why they said, okay, put an Alien film in between the good ones, so people will love it. It's obviously, we don't know if it's backfired yet, but I think it will.
I'm hoping it doesn't, for the sake of the box office as well, because it seems that obviously with Deadpool doing really well, Twisters has done really well. I mean, at the start of the summer box office, it was a bit poor, so it's nice to see films that are doing well.
Yeah, it'd
be good if this was one of them. I think it'll probably perform mid. But I'm hoping that it does well.
I would like it to do well. I think it's got a Furiosa though.
Maybe, yeah. And which is a shame, because Furiosa, guys, is fucking amazing.
People have sat on Furiosa.
It's so good.
And you hadn't seen any...
I hadn't even seen Mad Max before when I went to see Furiosa, and you know what? I followed it and I thought it was banging. So come on, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, just go out and see a movie.
Go out and see that one.
Yeah. Season 3. We made it.
Oh my god. I go to bed now.
Oh my god, we've got 2 weeks off now.
Yay!
Yay!
That's 2 weeks of Wedmin.
It's actually 2 weeks of Star Wars, because I want to get ahead of this.
Well, I need to Wedmin.
Oh, very, very... We are back with Season 4 in 2 weeks, guys. Not having much of a break. Star Wars. Happy times.
Happy times.
I like the schedule we've got for Season 4.
I know, I've actually been able to pick some films this time.
Which one did you pick?
I can't remember, but I definitely picked some.
You definitely helped, yeah, absolutely. thank you for this season.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for all our guests as well this season.
I know, you've all been amazing. I haven't spoken to you all, but I've listened to you all, and you sound so good.
And how have I been? Okay.
Are you better than Space Jam?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's never been asked.
I don't like this medicine.
Are you better than Space Jam?
I don't know.
I think you're better than Space Jam.
Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, we'll take 2 weeks off. Enjoy your 2 weeks. Enjoy these episodes. We've got South Park out as well. That came out yesterday. Enjoy this one. Go and see Alien.
Yeah.
Let us know if you'd like it, because I'd be interested more than anything. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
We will.
With season 4.
Ooh, exciting.
Exciting. Thanks for listening, guys. We love you.
We love you.
See you later.
Bye.